Hey guys, it's Nestor. We're back with another house tour. Now today we're in the Dubai Hills at this brand new custom built villa stretching across 4 floors with huge open plan spaces. It is the perfect combination of classical, which feels ultra luxurious, along with that contemporary minimalistic feel. Absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to show you around. We'll leave these specs of the home in the bottom corner, and of course we want to give a massive thank you to Tim from Sotheby's for allowing us to showcase this incredible home. Now, without further ado, let's just begin the tour. So we'll start the tour in front of the property. Now the home is at the bottom of a cul-de-sac where you've got 5 or 6 of the most exclusive villas, so it's super private. Now from here, as we look at the home, we immediately see the scale of it and those contemporary lines. If we look at what's on the exterior, you've got those dark elements contrasting against those indented sharp angles of the frames around these 3 blocks. Now we'll take a look at that when we come a little bit closer to the home. Now walking up, you've got the driveway leading to the automated garage. You've got space for 2 cars out here, and once we go inside you'll see there's an extra 4 spaces on the interior. Beautiful landscaping all around. Now on the exterior, you've got these high marble fences with the lights integrated into that marble. We step inside, we immediately see now a change into kind of these lighter tones of the front of the property. Now on one side of the home, you've got the walkway which leads to the backyard, and on the other is the automated garage. And I said there's 4 spaces, so you can actually put cars here, and even around the corner where you can see there's a view down towards the basement area. Now right in front of the home, got these stone steps leading up to the front door. Beautiful landscaping all around, and as we're this close now, we can see the exterior of the home up close, how it has those modern contemporary lines indenting towards the front door, kind of enticing you inwards. Now that contemporary design is contrasted on the exterior. I can't wait to show you that design. So as we step up, we come up to the front door. Now this home is fully automated, and on the exterior, this is a Face ID lock which allows you into the home. Now the door itself is absolutely huge, made out of wood, but what I love is how they've introduced this glass which allows even more natural light into the foyer area, although it is surrounded by these huge panes of glass stretching all the way up to the ceiling. Now in here, as we enter, it has immediately that wow factor. We just look up, those ceilings stretch up, we see that chandelier hanging down in the center. But as we look around, there are so many different details, and I'm getting super excited. I don't even know where to start. Let's start by looking at the materials. So firstly, we've got the wood on the door, but that's contrasted by the natural stone, the travertine, which you see wrapping the walls and the details around the staircase. And that's contrasted by that dark wood, hints of leather on these side tables either side of the entrance, with this huge mirror stretching all the way up to the ceiling, kind of extending this space even further. We look at the floors, gloss stone floors, adding a kind of shine to the home, with a table in the center, with these seats on the side in this orange pastel tint contrasting against all those light tones. Now, another little detail that I love is how they've introduced these kind of diagonal patterns and different shapes to add dimensions to the home. Firstly, you'll see these triangular blocks of travertine, which has been elevated from the travertine wall itself with recessed lighting in behind. Looks like it's floating. And as we look at the staircase from here, there are these holes in between, so you get glimpses into the staircase, which wraps all the way around. The next thing you see is the enticing living and modulus area, the kind of main part of the home, which we'll get to a little bit later. Let's step in through the first door, which leads into the office area. Now, as we step inside, just like it was in the foyer, as we step into the office, those ceilings open up. Now, all the spaces, most of the spaces in the home have double height ceilings, which makes them feel even larger in size, adds that grandeur to the entire home. Now we step inside, it really has this kind of masculine feel. We've got these touches of leather on the chairs at the front of the desk with the wooden coffee table in the center, desk at the back in dual levels with this awesome leather chair. Feels super grand. Now, if you come a little bit closer, I'll show you a really cool feature. So here, this is an electrical tab. So you've got these plug sockets which rest on here. But what you can do is you can actually take them off and put them anywhere along this tab. So once you put your laptop and everything that you need here, you can adjust it or remove both of them if you wanted that clean look. Now also in here, what's great is that these huge floor to ceiling glass windows which bring in that natural light. You've got views onto the landscaping, and it's at the front of the property. Also at the back, if we look at these shelving, which these metal bars stretch all the way up and the integrated shelves. And in behind, if you come a little bit closer, you'll see there's a texturized paint which gives it that extra little touch which kind of elevates this whole area. Of course, there's that recessed lighting in behind illuminating all of that. Now let's go back into the foyer. We'll start making our way through the rest of the home. From there, you get a little bit of a different perspective. As I was saying earlier, you can start to see those gaps with the glimpses onto the staircase. But the staircase by itself, if you look at it, I love how you've got these dual levels. It feels like one of those mazes, like a jigsaw, really a wow factor when you step into the home. But the next one, as I was telling you about, is the view onto the main area of the home. It stretches the entire length of the back of the home. But before we get there, we'll explore all the spaces at the front. Of course, from there you can see this beautiful countertop here, side table with this design art feature above, giving that extra pizzazz as you enter into the home. Right next to it is a separate entrance into the service kitchen, or you do have one from outside, which I'll show you once we explore the backyard. Let's start heading towards the other side of the home. Now, in the center, right next to the staircase, there's an elevator which stretches from the basement all the way up to the rooftop, with the staircase leading down to the basement as well. Now on this side, we go to the powder room and bedroom, but along the way, stop right there, you'll see this panel right here. Now this is a full integrated smart home system connected to an iPad, which you can control everything from the lights, the blinds, the curtains, even you can put surround sound music through the entire home, which is a really cool feature. Now we step into the powder room from here, which has a different aesthetic than to the rest of the home. For me, it has this kind of warehouse look, that exposed stone with those rusty details in that stone you can see on the countertop, which stretches down the length over here. We've got dual vanities either side, which have been perched on top of the countertops. Above, you'll see those tints of rust in the light fixtures, which hang all the way up from the ceiling, which has been recessed, which looks like it's floating. And of course, this huge mirror in front of us, doubling this space in size. Now at the back is the powder room itself with a separate countertop and sink inside. Now right next to here, we've got the first guest bedroom. You might have even noticed on the exterior of the door how it's been wrapped in plastic. That's how brand new this home is. This is just to protect it before it's been sold. Now, as we step into the room, just like the office, those double height ceilings open up, have that super grand feeling. On one side, we've got the TV setup with a combination of leather countertops in dual levels. On one side is the vanity area with the mirror stretching above and the TV mounted on this custom-made TV wall. Now on the opposite side is the bed setup. Now in any other home, this would be a primary bedroom. Just look how big this bed is. You'll see that huge textured bed frame surrounding the mattress in the center, beautiful brown color tones. Now all the bedrooms in the home have their own individual touch. There's an ottoman at the front, and in behind the bed, there's a combination of wood and marble. Now this marble is actually backlit. You'll notice that in the evening a lot more, with these stunning light fixtures hanging down either side of the bed. Now of course we get a lot of natural light in this room with these huge floor to ceiling glass sliding doors which open up to the garage area in the back. Now follow me this way, we go into the first walk-in closet. Cabinets surrounding us with glass doors on the exterior. Now you open them up, there's different compartments. Got these shoe shelves right there. Even on this side here, if you open this one up, you've got these nifty little things you can pull out where you hang your trousers and other items. Now this all leads into the ensuite bathroom. Step inside, different kind of tones in here. Gray stone on the walls, floating vanity on the side, custom built waterfall sink in the center, circular mirror above extending the space even further with the light fixtures hanging down either side. And of course at the back, a huge walk-in shower wrapped in that gray stone. We've got the custom built shampoo niche on the side, rain head protruding out of the wall. And of course, as I always say, it's essential to have a seat in the shower. Now we head out of the bedroom and finally into the main area of the home. And just as it was when we entered the foyer where those ceilings open up, now this whole space opens up, stretching the length of the entire home. Now, as we step in here, we arrive into the welcoming area where we got the seating perched on top of this circular carpet coffee table in the center. But the first thing you notice is that view in the back onto the backyard through the floor to ceiling glass sliding doors, which will open up just as we head outside, so you can feel that in and out flow between all the different spaces. Of course, here in the welcoming area, we've got a chandelier hanging above and this awesome little lounge chair on the side, which is great because in the mornings as the sun shines through, it's the perfect spot to just open up, chill and read a book. Now, if we head to the other side, this is the majlis area, the formal dining, which is what the majlis is meant in the Arabic culture. This is where you would host people when they first came to visit. Now, what I love in here is how they've added these different pops of color to kind of contrast against the light tones that we have throughout this whole great room. Now, if we look around us, there's beautiful textured seating, which wraps all the way around, low-lying coffee tables in the center. Now, they do that so that there's nothing in the middle as you're sitting and talking in between all these different areas. If we look around us now, we have those light tones on the wall, but different elements. So firstly, the metal shelving incorporated into the wall, which has this kind of wavy texture and has this brushed or this textured paint finish, which gives it a little bit of a different kind of texture and depth, and illuminated by that recessed lighting in behind that curved part of the wall. Now that flows seamlessly into one of the main highlight walls of this whole great room. Now this is hand chiseled stone stretching from the floor all the way up to the ceiling in this super intricate pattern. And the more you look at it, the more details you start to see, like the veins in that stone, the kind of details which must have been so difficult to hand chisel. But what's great is that they've illuminated it with this light which hangs on the floor and the recessed lighting from the ceiling above. And even in the mornings, as the sun shines through here, it creates this kind of diagonal I don't know, wait, is it this way or this way? It creates this diagonal piece of sunlight, which creates this contrast between the shaded part and the light part of the stone, really illuminating those different details. But there isn't just a wall like that here. We got one further down here. So follow me down to the other side, just so you can get a little bit of a different perspective. You can see how large this space is. Now, connected to this area is the formal dining table, seats 10, beautiful light fixture hanging down from the ceiling, which has this backlit marble effect. Now, around us, you'll see again different art pieces. First one is these horses chiseled into stone again with these curved pieces like we saw in the Majlis area. And either side, you'll see there's gaps which look into the foyer area. Now that's meant so that this space feels open but gives it that extra bit of privacy. They've used that same kind of design with the informal lounge and kitchen area. And with this divider wall in between, made out of the same material we see on the floors, it adds an extra layer of privacy. It makes it feel super cozy. We'll see in just a second as we enter. You also got the corridor, which leads into the service kitchen. I'll show you the entrance from the outside in just a second. But if you look at this divider wall, you'll see there's a fireplace underneath. And on the opposite side, there's this huge TV mounted on it. Now, with the TV being here, as I said, this is the cozy side, and we've sat here and chilled here a couple of times, me and Marco. It really feels like the place where you'd spend most of your time. And even though it feels super open, just with that simple divider wall creates this cozier effect. You'll see the seating wrapping around, super comfortable. I'll tell you that with experience. Low-lying coffee table in the center. Of course, those huge floor-to-ceiling glass sliding doors, bringing in that natural light, illuminating this whole area. At the back is the show kitchen. Huge marble island in the center. Got a countertop which has been adjoined going around the side here. Breakfast chairs at the front, and because it's indented, you can actually sit there and not bang your legs against that marble island. Beautiful light fixture hanging down from the ceiling, and at the back is the main kitchen area. You've got the fridge freezer combo here at the back with storage wrapping all around, glass cabinets above beautifully dressed with glassware, sink built into the back countertops, which have the same marble from the island on the backsplash here as well. Of course, you've got the Miele appliances with the coffee maker and convection oven. Now, from here, we're going to start making our way outside. Let's open up the floor-to-ceiling glass sliding doors and head outside. And once they're open now, you can see how the indoors is directly connected to the outdoors. And they've placed all these different areas perfectly, like the outdoor lounge and loungers are connected to the indoor lounge and Majlis area. From there, we'll also start taking a look at the exterior of the home before we start exploring all the little details. If you look up, you'll see the wood cladding details, the ribbed wood cladding details underneath the balcony, but it's continued on the exterior above, adding a bit of contrast to those white contemporary sharp angles you see on the frame of the home. And also those dark pieces of marble they've introduced really pop against all those different colors. Now let's start heading towards the other side of the pool. Firstly, we've got this outdoor lounge area with a small coffee table at the bottom with the sun loungers here at the back. Now if you look right in behind, there's also a staircase which leads down to the basement. So you've got access from there and from the staircase by the elevator. Also at the back, there's this astroturf surrounding the entire pool area. And if you look in the corner, there's also a gate which leads out to this community park and small promenade area, which I thought was a really nice touch. Also dotted around, you'll notice these fireplaces. We'll show you those in the evening, how they light up and add a different ambiance. I can't wait to show you this home at night. Now, the highlight feature of the backyard is obviously the pool, which stretches 20 meters all the way down. Beautiful blue tiles. Now, they've introduced these steps at the front, which lead into this small bar area. And if you look inside, there's even seats built into the pool, obviously with that black countertop, which we'll look at in just a second. At the back is the elevated platform with these sun loungers inside of the pool. And if you look behind it, there's this marble feature wall with the shower built right into it. Absolutely stunning, especially with those palm trees protruding out of the ground either side and along that back wall. Really gives these kind of tropical, ultra luxurious vibes. Now, right next to it is the sunken lounge. The bottom seating which wraps around and the fireplace in the center. Now from here, let's start moving to the other side of the backyard. We come to the dining area, and as you can see, it's connected with the kitchen and of course the service kitchen, which I'll show you in just a second. It's mounted on the AstroTurf with the travertine tiles around it, contrasting, giving it pops of color. Also, the dining table seats 10, and I love how they've introduced these gas grill cooktops, which are built into the table themselves. Obviously, this is teppanyaki, I think it is, where you kind of grill your meats on these cast iron plates, which have the gas fire underneath. Such a cool feature. I would love to try one of those. Now, this is connected to the outdoor pergola. Now, what's great about it is that there are these accordion doors. So if you wanted to, in the summer months when it's super hot, you can actually close it off and put the AC on just so you can sit and chill outside. You don't have to be in the home itself. Got beautiful details inside, like the ribbed wood at the back, which matches the ribbed wood on the exterior of the home, flowing into the wood-clad ceiling, integrated lighting shining down on all these different spaces. Now, it's perfect because it's a great place to host people if you're not in the main home. A kind of smaller group of friends, you can sit in the lounge area, while someone like me who loves a barbecue can use this integrated setup with the fridges and huge gas barbecue inbuilt sink to cook food and host for your friends. Now, once you've done a bit of cooking, you move into the bar area. Marble dual level island at the back, high chairs at the front, and I can just imagine here sitting, chilling, serving drinks to friends. I mean, what a cool spot. This is what it's all about, and especially with those accordion doors, as I said, it's perfect, so you can use it in the winter and summer months. Now, this opens up to the side walkway which leads to the front of the property, and a separate door which leads into the service kitchen, which is fully equipped with appliances, fridges, dishwashers, and of course with that separate entry, the service staff doesn't have to disturb the rest of the home. Of course, you can go in there from the lobby area, which I showed you at the start of the tour. So now from here you get a bit of a different perspective of the backyard. We're going to head inside and we're going to go upstairs and start exploring the rest of the bedrooms. Now we're back at the staircase. From here, we'll start heading upstairs and make our way at the end of the tour in the basement, because we've got a couple of goodies down there to show you, some really cool spaces. Now, as we head up the stairs, I'll show you some of the details. So firstly, got the recessed lighting underneath the steps. They turn on automatically as you walk by it. You'll see the exposed travertine on the exterior, contrasting against the gloss finish on the floors, metal banisters. From that angle, you'll see the spaces which have been opened up onto the staircase. Now, this wraps all the way around up to the first floor. Now, what's really cool is that this main block of the home, which holds the elevator, is in a grey stone marble, which contrasts against those light tones and feels like the pillar of the home holding it up. Now, on the landing, there's another lounge area. Just like we saw downstairs, this one is a lot more cozier. This is where the family will kind of spend time. We've got seating going all around on top of this carpet, coffee table in the center. We look on one side, we've got this feature wall with textured lining on the interior and elevated stone. Now, in behind, there's recessed lighting to really highlight those textures on the textile at the back. Now, this whole seating area is looking onto the TV mounted on the custom-made TV wall At the back, you've got the countertop wrapped in leather, stretching all the way across. You'll see that leather on the shelving on the side with cabinets and shelving. Also on this side as well, you'll see the textile lining in behind, illuminated by that recessed lighting. Now, all the areas on this side of the home, they have an exit onto a terrace which stretches all the way down the length of the home. And as we step outside, we start to get a different perspective of the back of the property. First, we'll see onto the Dubai Hills itself. We've got the promenade, which I mentioned when we were in the backyard, with the communal spaces as you walk around. Absolutely stunning community, and I would wish we could show you, which we might do one day, take you around the community of Dubai Hills. We also start to look at the backyard with the super enticing spaces like the pergola, dining and pool area. And as the sun moves throughout the day, creates shade so that at the end of the day, you can enjoy all those different spaces, especially in those hot summer months. From there, also, you can see how it stretches down the length of the home. Not all the way, although you do have an exit from the junior suite on the other side. You'll also have an exit out here directly from one of the bedrooms. Now let's head inside and start exploring the bedroom. We've got two on each side. We've got the junior and primary on the other, but on this side, as I said, the guest bedroom downstairs feels like a primary. These both feel like a primary in any other home. We'll step into this one first, which faces the front of the property. Again, you'll see the door has been covered, obviously brand new. We step inside now, totally different theme, although you've got most of these same elements. If you look at the walls, there's the kind of textured paint finish, although they've put them in panels, so it kind of adds a bit of depth and kind of texture to the wall, so you kind of separate yourself. It's not just one solid block. On one side, you've got the TV setup with the dual floating countertops, vanity coming off to the side. You'll see the ribbed design around the mirror stretching all the way up to the ceiling. Of course, there's the TV mounted on that wall. We've got the huge floor to ceiling glass sliding door, which opens up to a small Juliet balcony, so you can let that air in those winter months. But just check out that bed setup at the back. Beautifully dressed leather bed frame with the ottoman in front, perfect for having a little seat. But you have your very own dedicated little seat just by the window over there. If you look in behind the wall, different elements like mirrors and the texture paint with that rib design and those light fixtures hanging down from the ceiling. But if you follow me around this way, we'll head into the walk-in wardrobe or walk-through wardrobe because it leads directly into the ensuite bathroom. You've got cabinets surrounding us, glass on the exterior, although they've added a little touch of brass on the handles just to contrast against those darker tones. You open it up, beautifully lined on the interior, drawers that pull out, different compartments in all the different cabinets like shoe shelves. On one side now, we've got the vanity area, cabinets and drawers either side. There's even a glass compartment here, which you open up just like that, so you can store some of your favorite or best looking items. Above, got the mirror built into the ribbed wall, glamour light built in, perfect for a vanity area when you're doing your makeup. Now, this leads into the ensuite bathroom, which is wrapped in travertine. You can see those exposed pores, that natural stone look that travertine has. At the back is the floating vanity in a darker, more kind of coffee brown marble, inbuilt sink, waterfall edge, Jessie sanitary with the circular mirror above and hanging light fixtures. Of course, you've got the walk-in shower, also wrapped in travertine, and there's that essential seat, which I always talk about. Now let's head to the opposite side into the next bedroom. Now on the entry this time, we go directly into the walk-in closet. Now just like the rest of the home, you really feel those double height ceilings, and we've now got cabinets wrapping all the way around. You open up the cabinets, different kind of spaces, shoe shelves. Even if you check this out here, you've got little small pull-out drawers just like that, so you can grab your items a lot easier. Of course, this is all surrounding the small little vanity area, mirror above with the glamour light built in. Now this all leads into the ensuite bathroom. There's a bit of a darker theme in here. You got the floating vanity stretching all the way down with ribbed details on the exterior of the pull-out drawers. Mirror above, extending the space even further, although this feels super large already with the glamour light built into it, pendant lights hanging down. At the back is the walk-in shower enclosed in glass. Seat at the back, rain head protruding out of the wall. And I love how you can see those different veins coming out of that marble. Now let's start moving towards the bedroom. And you gotta tell me guys, this feels like a primary bedroom. I mean, you would think so in any other home, so you can tell the level of luxury. We look around us, on the walls we've got textured paint, but they've added all these different elements. First, we see wood in different kind of textures, like the rib design, all on this wall with the TV mounted onto it. Also, that wood morphs directly into the countertop, stretching underneath. We start moving to the bedroom area. First, there's a small little kind of lounge area, bedroom lounge with seating all around, dual level coffee table with stone and wood contrasting against each other. Now those color tones you see in that marble, they've been kind of expressed on the walls, and the textured fabric you see on the padded headboard, which stretches all the way up to the ceiling behind the full bed setup. Absolutely stunning. It feels something out of a royal palace, especially with those kind of intricate designs on the pillows. Absolutely stunning. And of course you see the terrace, which I showed you just outside. Now, finally, let's start going to the other side of the home where we've got the junior and primary suite. Along the way is the viewing balcony, which looks down onto that incredible foyer area. And we see that chandelier a lot more up close, how it's hanging from those triple height ceilings down into the foyer. I love the details that they've added to the side wall here, adding different textures and depths. And we look at this travertine wall, which stretches all the way down to the floor with those triangular elements, which have been kind of lifted off the travertine wall by that recessed lighting. Now we've got the primary suite just here. Let's head into the junior suite first, which has this kind of contrast to the rest of the home immediately by these dark wooden floors in a herringbone design. On the entrance is the entrance to the walk-in closet. These glass cabinets surrounding us all the way, and there's so many cool little features built into these wardrobes. If we open this up, this is the shoe shelves, but you can see they're both at a different angle. Now this is so that you can store more shoes, and if you want to, you can just turn it around, display your favorite ones. But I think it's really handy just because it kind of utilizes that space as much as possible. You'll see these different compartments in most of the cabinets. Like you open up this one, this pulls out where you can hang your trousers. If you open up the ones at the back, they've even got these kind of boxes which slide out, which have been wrapped in leather, just like the shoe shelves when we came into the walk-in closet. Now on the other side is the vanity area, built in between all those cabinets, mirror above, kind of extending this space even further with a ribbed design, which flows all the way up to the ceiling and wraps above all those cabinets. Now this all leads into the ensuite bathroom. You can see I'm using the touchpad here to turn on the lights. We step inside. Now there's a contrast to the rest of the junior suite with those lighter tones. Feels kind of like a spa. It has that soothing feeling with the textured paint all along the walls. You look at the jewel floating vanity at the back. Stunning blue marble with the custom built jewel sinks either side. You'll see the mirror above, extending the space even further, and the light fixtures hanging down. Now that blue marble is continued inside of the ensuite shower, and in here there are jewel rain heads protruding out of the wall with a seat stretching all the way at the back, so you can even have a lie down in here. You don't even have to take a seat. Now let's head back out into the bedroom area and start looking at all the different details. Of course, the first thing we come across is the TV setup. TV mounted on the wall, dual countertops with the mirror on the side here. Now let's start heading towards this side of the bedroom. We start seeing all those different darker tones, but still, like the rest of the home, having those light to contrast now against those dark, which is kind of the opposite of what we've been seeing. First, we've got the 2 lounge chairs at the front, of course, perfect for watching TV, coffee table, dual level coffee table in the middle, and you've got pull out drawers and a nifty little feature. There's that second level, the glass, which has been elevated. You can actually twist it, so if you're sitting on this side, you can place your coffee on there, or if you're sitting on this side, it comes closer to this chair, which I thought was really cool. Now at the back is the bed setup. Absolutely stunning, like most of the bedrooms. Ottoman in front, and in behind, all those different kind of textures, different to all the other bedrooms. Mirror on one side, marble integrated in between these ribbed panels. Of course, around the bed, leather bed frame. You can feel the quality just by the touch and feel, and 2 side tables either side with those darker themed hanging lights from the ceiling. Now let's head across the hall, finally into the primary bedroom. Although it is super similar in layout to the junior suite, there is one detail which I'll show you when we get into the ensuite bathroom. But as we step in here, there's such a kind of calming feeling. It's down to the color tones that they've used. It's not as dark as the junior suite. They've used the more kind of brown herringbone style wooden floors, along with touches of green, giving it those earthy tones which feels grounding, and that's what you want when you enter into a bedroom at the end of the day. Of course, they've used all those different natural materials like the wood combined with that green marble, which we'll see right next to the side table next to the bed, with the plant above, obviously adding those kind of different earthy kind of touches to the room. Now in front of the bed setup, there's a small little lounge with a green marble coffee table contrasted by the white stone attached to the other side. At the back, 2 chairs perfectly placed for reading and catching a glimpse of the sun at the end of the day. The sun sets towards this side, shining into the bedroom. Now that green marble is also continued on the countertop, which stretches all the way underneath the TV mounted on the wall. And those wood elements they combined in behind the bed, they've integrated it into the shelving with these brass metal details on the exterior. And in the corner is the walk-in closet, which also has those earthy touches, like that ribbed wood we saw in the junior suite now is in the kind of dark brown, with the cabinets, and even on the interior they've lined them with those earthy brown tones, so when the doors are closed it still gives that grounding kind of feeling. If we look inside, same kind of nifty gadgets we saw in the junior suite, pull out boxes, and even here, check this out, this is a tie rack which pulls out. You've got them in some of the other cabinets as well. Now on the other side of the room is a small little vanity area, floating wooden countertop with drawers adjoining it. You'll see that kind of continues into the ribbed design and flows all above those cabinets. Now from here we go into the ensuite bathroom. A lot lighter tones in here, white stone tiles, and immediately we see the dual floating countertop, custom built sinks, pull out drawers in a darker wood to contrast against the light tones we have in the ensuite bathroom. On one side is the walk-in shower. You'll see these stunning veins in the marble, which has been book matched and wrapping this entire walk-in shower. See the rain head protruding out of the wall, and I'll take a seat finally just so you can see a seat in the shower. Perfect. You can even adjust that nozzle, sit there, relax. This is exactly what I would want. Now the way it kind of separates itself from the junior suite is that on the other side, in that same marble, they've got this elevated platform which holds a stand-alone bathtub. You've got black stones surrounding it, so the white stand-alone bathtub contrasts against all of those darker tones we see all around. Custom built niches on the side, tap protruding out of the ground. I mean, absolutely stunning. Now let's head back to the landing. From here, we're going to take the elevator down to the basement, but you can also see the staircase which leads up to the rooftop. Now, it's not been fully completed yet, but upstairs there's this huge open space and a view directly onto the Dubai skyline and Burj Khalifa. Now let's call the elevator, we'll go down to the basement. Before we head down, let's take a look inside. Now this same marble on the exterior of this pillar which holds up the home, you'll see it on the floors of the elevator and the brushed metal finish surrounding us. Now, I'll see you guys in the basement. Now we step out into the basement and wow, there are so many areas which I feel like exploring. The first one is the pool table. Now I know I usually have a go in all these luxury homes, but if you just take a look at the white ball, there is no chalk on it. So you know that it's never been used. We want to keep it brand new for the person who buys it. Now on the wall, this pillar here has been wrapped with the grey marble that we see throughout the entire ground floor. You'll see the pool cues which are mounted on there, and I love the design. I'll just bring it a little bit closer on the exterior. Really nice touch to this whole basement. I mean, this whole basement kind of feels like its very own man cave, especially with all those darker tones that we see all around, like the black mirrored gloss either side of this metal finish shelving here at the back, beautifully dressed with all these different items. And you'll see those metal finishes in all these different areas, like the whole bar at the back. First, we've got the island, which is in jewel level, and in front are the high chairs. And on the exterior, you'll see the brass metal fully twisted around. I love that design of the base of them. Now the bar comes fully equipped. You've got an inbuilt sink into the countertop, which stretches all the way down, wine cooler at the back, surrounded by all this storage with glass cabinets on either side. I love how that marble from the island has been continued on the back countertops. And if you look above, we've got these same metal finish that we saw on the shelvings on these hanging shelves, which drop all the way from the ceiling. Now, from here, we're gonna go around the corner. There's a door that leads into the powder room, and the other door which leads into the hair salon and massage room. You got the hair salon chair on the entry, lined with leather, place to wash your hair at the back. In behind, countertops with storage around and mirrors on the back wall, extending this space even further. Of course, at the back, you got the massage bed, lined with the same leather that we see on the chair in the hair salon, with the headrest up top and a custom niche on the side. Of course, you've got all these different materials like we've been seeing throughout the rest of the home. Those kind of textured paint finishes on the walls, along with those ribbed finishes in between those mirrors extending this space. Now we head out of here towards the other side of the basement. You notice the light tones on the floor with those beautiful veins continuing all the way across. But one of my favorite features, which is the gym, which has been enclosed in glass. There's a transition now onto wooden floors, which you expect to find in a gym. It's that soft flooring, and it's been equipped with treadmill at the back and the multi-purpose weight machine. But what's great down here is that there's so much space. You can use it for whatever you wanted, like yoga. Of course, you've got the mat in the center, free weights above. Now, if you look here, we've not seen these in one of our tours. I've seen them online, but these are those weights that when you twist them, I think it changes it. I don't think I've ever tried this out. Let me try it. It's been a while since I've been to the gym, so I'm not going to use my strong hand. Let's have a look. So this is apparently 4.5 pounds or kilos. But if you change it like this, let's try go to the top. What we got, 10.5, 12.5? That's all of them at the same time. Oh, I still got the pump. Yeah, but really cool open space in here. And especially with those windows at the back, it kind of feels adjoined to everything. It's not separated from this whole basement, which I thought was a really nice touch. Now, follow me, we're gonna head now into the main lounge area. From there, you can also see a door right by the elevator. Now that leads into the laundry and service quarters, which is fully en suite and has 2 single beds in there. But the main kind of area of the downstairs is this huge lounge in those darker tones, giving it that kind of masculine man cave kind of feeling. Although I love how they've introduced these touches of red on the cushions and those chairs at the back. They look super comfortable. Actually, let's have a look. I mean, I've not sat in one of these yet. Oh, actually, yeah, this one, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get up. Let's see if I can do the tour right from here. So we've got seating all around. No, we'll scratch that, I'll get up. We've got seating all around, stunning chandelier above, hanging above the coffee table in the center. Now, all this setup is looking onto this huge TV mounted on this marble wall with those metal finish accents either side and the shelving right over there. Now you'll notice with these shelves how it matches the metal finish of that countertop, which stretches all the way down. But what's great, and as I showed you once we were touring the backyard, is that we get natural light coming in here from outside because this is all down indented. There's this huge open space out here with the staircase that leads all the way to the backyard. And if we open it up, you can see that they've added this huge landscaped wall here at the back, adding extra color to all these spaces. Now that we've finished the tour of the home in the day, I want you guys to stick with us for a little while. We'll give you a couple of B-roll shots and we're gonna finish the tour outside in the backyard at night because this villa, that's when it comes alive. So I'll see you guys in a short while. So as you can see, the sun has just about set and the backyard has come alive. It's literally on fire right now. Such a cool vibe out here, especially as we've got those 4 fire pits, which I showed you during the day. Now they're fully lit up and creating this kind of calmness, especially with the water trickling out from the pool over the waterfall edge surrounding it. It's somewhere where you feel like you could spend most of your evenings. And as you guys know, that fire pits are one of my favorite areas. It wasn't fully kitted out today, but right now for the end of the tour, they've fully set it up for us. Fire in the center with all this cushioned seating surrounding us. And we're about January now in Dubai, and it sometimes feels weird to say that 18 degrees is cold, but we were sat out here waiting for the night to fall. And I was literally thinking, where is my jumper? And with these fires out here, this is the perfect kind of spot where you can just sit, chill, and kind of keep warm during those cold winter nights. You do need these fires, which I was shocked before. I didn't ever think that you would kind of need them when I first moved here to Dubai. So unfortunately, that does bring us to the end of our tour. I want to give a massive thank you to Tim for allowing us to showcase this incredible home. We also hope that you guys enjoyed the tour as much as we enjoyed touring it for you. If you did, make sure you like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon so you know when the latest video has been released. Otherwise, I'm gonna warm up here for a little bit and I'll see you guys in the next tour. Thank you.